to access Fliptv, and this is due to the technical issues we encountered some days ago. And that's why we implore you to go to Fliptv Plus to watch more of your favorite programs. Talking about the sister channel, Fliptv Plus, FLIP TV PLUS. I repeat, FLIP TV PLUS. We're sorry for what happened some days ago. That are the technical issues we faced. Please, I repeat, go to Fliptv Plus for more of the past episodes of Bystanders and other favorite programs. Alright, it's another edition of Bystanders at Newsstand. Matthew, Raphael, Okokondem, and others right at the Newsstand and trying to deliberate on what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. The major headline here: Wari at Tinubu's Colloquium, why we must avoid war. Wari at Tinubu's Colloquium, why we must avoid war. Quickly, once secessionists against bids to divide Nigeria clamor for Oduduwa Republic, long overdue. That's what Gani Adams is saying. That's the Are Ona Kakanfo of the Yoruba Kingdom. Clamor for Oduduwa Republic, long overdue, says Are Ona Kakanfo, Gani Adams of the Yoruba race. Quickly to another story here. It's either Oduduwa Republic or you can get it all on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. On to the next one. Army will deal with threats confronting Nigeria, say COAS and Atsairu. Let's quickly move down to other stories. Down the paper, we have federal government states debt profile rises to 32.92 trillion naira, says NBS. On top of the paper, at 12th Colloquium, Nigeria competing with bandits to recruit unemployed youths, says Tinubu. On insecurity, Buhari to send supplementary budgets to National Assembly. Kidnapping proceeds used to fuel Boko Haram insurgency, say governors. Kidnapping proceeds used to fuel Boko Haram insurgency, say governors. And the last story we're reading out to you viewers, still on secession. Southeastern Nigeria no longer safe. Southeastern Nigeria no longer safe. Nigeria's unity paramount to traditional rulers, says Sultan of Sokoto. All right, like I said earlier on, we have diverse reviewers at the newsstand and try to deliberate on what we have on the front page of this journal. Quickly to you, Mr. Matthew. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekunle.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
You're welcome once more.
Yes.
All right, the channel is back. Like I do tell people, especially the video, to watch it. That's what the CEO has sent me to tell you viewers today. Move to FLIPTV PLUS, that's sister channel, Fliptv Plus, to see Bystanders. Thank you so much, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you.
All right, now talking about the president's exit from the country. He has gone for a medical treatment again. What's the problem with our medical facilities here?
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Matthew is the name. Thank you for having me.
All right.
You see, it is unfortunate that we are not thinking of development. And the most worrisome aspect of it is that every fiscal year there is money voted for health sector. At the end of the day, the money is not expended. That's why you continue seeing this decadence in our health sector. Why can a country like Nigeria, what does it take to have a good functional health system? What it takes is the resources. Because if you have the facility and you have the money to pay doctors, even foreign experts will come here to work. We see Nigerian doctors go to America, go to Britain, go to Europe, and they are doing very well. Look at this COVID-19 vaccine, the one that came from Pfizer. A Nigerian, an Igbo man, piloted the affair of that vaccine discovery. So Nigerians have the ability to do very well. It's just that the system here is stampeding development. The government is not doing the needful. They are not enhancing good environment for citizens to bring out their talent, to bring out the gifts in them. So what I'm saying is, it is unfortunate that check up after 6 years in the saddle, and who people have so much value, there was so much expectation from this man, only for him to stayed for close to 6 years, if it's more than 6 years, and up to now, our health sector is nothing to write home about. The other time we saw how the first lady was lamenting that even in the Asu Rock clinic, there is no paracetamol, there is no syringe. And this is a health facility where they vote billions of naira every fiscal year. The question is, how is it being expended? And people are not answering questions, people are not being questioned, people are not being investigated, people are not being prosecuted. It continues like year in, year out. Something needs to be done. It's either Mr. President should throw in the trowel.
2 days ago, so the president, Muhammadu Buhari, made mention of certain things. Although diverse dignitaries, stop this in order to make the country move forward. But when you look at what Are Onakakanfo, Gani Adams of today has said, he said it is long overdue. Should we put this matter of this situation aside, or
the government is the one fanning the ember of disunity in this country? The government is the one promoting this disunity. The government is the one. Look at the way and manner this government have been piloting the affair of governance. Look at the way they have skewed all appointments against the southeast. And we are talking about the agitation. As long as you continue to treat people in a way that made them not to have sense of belonging, people will continue to react. And that reaction is what we are seeing in form of agitation. So it's unlikely that you see the end of agitation if you refuse to do the needful. The needful is to obey the constitution. Good 18 is a stretch in our constitution that there is federal character. And what federal character talks about, it talks about when you give a position, it has to reflect geographical spread. And you must do it in such a way that it's devoid of ethnic bias. But we are seeing in this country how this government in particular have skewed things against the southeast. Take for instance the security sector of security sector. Look at all the positions from the chief of defence staff to the least service chief. None of them is from the southeast. And you say they should not agitate. There is no sense of belonging. So what I'm saying in that sense is the government is the cause of this agitation. And if you want to solve the problem of Nigeria, if you do not want people to go by way of secession, then restructure the country. There's no two ways about it. You either go back to true federalism or you continue seeing agitation. There are so many things, areas in this country where the federal government is sitting on authorities and is stampeding development. I've said it here on this platform the other day that if you look at the area of power generation, look at the area of education, look at the area of oil sector. All these areas, both the federal government and state government should have concurrent jurisdiction. Given the federal government placing those things on exclusive legislative list is the one stampeding development. How can you explain a situation where if you want to build a power plant, for instance, in Lagos, you need an approval from Abuja? God is giving wisdom when he was distributing sources of energy like wind, that you need to give approval before you can even do the power plant. The way these things are run in civilized society is, if Lagos, for instance, should have the capacity to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. As we speak, the transmission company of Nigeria is the only company that has right to transmit electricity in this country. If, for instance, you are given license to even generate, you do not have right to sell what you generate. You must turn it to national grid. For federal government now decide what should go to Lagos, what should go to Kano, what should go to Delta, and so on and so forth is wrong. So you must tinker with this constitution. And more so, as this constitution is not people oriented, it's forced on us by the military. So the way to go is to vulcanize this constitution, because until you do that, the federal government will continue sitting on everybody. It's stampeding development, and it's unfortunate that once you find yourself in position of authority in Abuja, even if you are a proponent of restructuring, people often abandon that ideology. I can tell you that the current vice president of Nigeria, the person of Professor Sibanjo, when he was the Attorney General of Lagos State. When federal government under Obasanjo refused to give Lagos State their local government the purview of the House of Assembly to manage local government. Osinbajo followed that case from High Court to Supreme Court, and he was able to win that case against federal government. It was under Yaradua that money was eventually released to Lagos State. But what am I trying to say? Since Osinbajo have been there up to now, he has not spoken once in favor of restructuring, in favor of true federalism. Perhaps because he's now enjoying that enormous power accorded to that office of the president and vice president by the constitution, and this is wrong. So what we are saying is, let us have a new constitution. If we even look at the crop of politicians we have, if we even look at the process of amending the constitution, it's so cumbersome, and the reason is because one man just sat somewhere and tell them what they want to, what they will write. At the end of the day, you force it on the whole people. Go to preamble of Nigerian constitution. He said, we the people of Nigeria have agreed, and there is no point in time in Nigeria where Nigerians send representatives to any national conference where people will come and deliberate. You bring out reasons why we must live together. If you look at all this agitation coming from Fulani herdsmen, coming terrorizing everywhere in Benue State. Benue State is the one that first of all started anti-open grazing law. That is why Fulani is targeting autumn now. But what I'm trying to say is, all these things would have been deliberated in a conference. Then you will not know together. There's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria. You cannot tell me that you should not discuss about Nigeria, whether they should volcanize it, whether there should be secession. There's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria, most especially as Nigeria is a signatory to a UN charter that talks about self-determination. So when people talk about self-determination, when people agitate that they want Biafra sovereignty, they want Oduduwa sovereignty, Mr. President has no right to ask anybody not to agitate, because Nigerian the constitution, our constitution supports it, and we are signatory to a UN charter that supports it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well spoken by Matthew. Morning to you, Chigos. How you doing?
Great. And you, good morning, esteemed viewers.
Welcome once again. Just like what Matthew said, the president has no rights to stop people from agitating. What's your view concerning that? And before we started this program, you were talking about the president taking a medical leave to the UK. What's your concern about that? There's so much concern about that story.
Yes, for him embarking on medical trip outside the shore of Nigerian states, he is indirectly telling the world that there is no hope for this country. And of course, it's before the public domain that if a sitting president puts get out of this country for medical treatment, when the doctors, the medical health practitioners has not been paid, their allowances have been withheld by the state, you can clearly understood the handwriting on the wall. Medical personnel, which means thousands insensitivity on the part of the state government. You are leaving the shore of the country, of the state, to London, a medical vacation, while you are leaving the citizens at the mercy of death. Because once they commence this strike, the medical practitioner commence strike, you could see how devastating, how frustrating living in Nigeria could be. I once had such experience when my daughter fell from upstairs.
3-story building?
No, a story building. You see, by 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning, we are running around Lagos State. Wherever we went to the so-called Air Force Specialist Hospital. We went to the so-called, what did they call them? Teaching hospital. There are no facilities. So God be so kind. In fact, it's God that spared the life of my daughter. You see, when she was 2 years plus. And we fortunately around to 3, between to 3 to 4 a.m., we eventually they referred us to Yaba Military Reference Hospital. How could you be surviving, living in such a situation, in such system? You see, we have to over 5 to 6 hours. We are just running around Lagos State, which is supposedly should be a leading player in health sector, in driving the health system.
There should have been an urgent response.
There should have been an urgent response because that needed an urgent response.
Yeah.
If not God who spared her life, that would have been a story by now. You see, you can understand the how devastating the situation should be. So Buhari should submit himself to the appropriate authority to examine his psychological state. Because this man, if I should use the word insane, is an understatement. How could you be leaving the shore of your country while the doctors' allowances have not been paid? The doctors are the ones to take care of the citizens, and you just have to boot out of the country, just leaving us at the expense of, at the mercy of death. You can understand the kind of people we have within the corridor of power. What does it take to fix our health system? What does it take? Look at the president or the mayor of Mexico cannot leave the state. The Mexican, I will appeal to those in diaspora. When they see Buhari, they should stone him back or stone death there, because thousands of
To divide the country. Chigozie, don't you think it's the right time for the Biafrans to drop the agitations and listen to the...
leadership is action, not position. So the responsibility of leadership is action. Nation, even the medical field, doctors are frustrated in this country. You can understand the situation. They are living for the secessionists. I mean, I have made it clear that he should be subjected to psychological tests to understand his psychological state, because I cannot be listening to a madman who has no regard for the people. He has been given respect should be earned and not forced on someone. So if you cannot earn your respect, so you don't deserve it. While you leave most Nigerians at the mercy of death, we are going hungry. Look at our debt. This thing is rising. Our debt rate is rising.
2.9 trillion, 92 trillion.
32 point something trillion. I think we should celebrate that. That we are our debt has risen. That shows a more promising future for people like you. But for me, I'm a Biafran man, and there is no way forward than until Biafra is restored. There can never be peace for everyone.
All right, thank you so much. Very great contribution from Chigozie. All right, he has spoken well. Everybody's entitled to his opinion. And we have David
not by abusing the president. At least let him still accord the office of the president.
You do that at times too. At times you do that.
I have never insulted the president.
All right, talking about insecurity, it's happening in the southwest region, happening in the eastern region, the northern region, also partaking from these minutes in Nigeria. And we have Tinubu saying something concerning that. I think at the colloquium. What did he say, David? Guys, you were saying it before.
Mr. Mike Adekunle, I was shocked when in Jagaban, the self-acclaimed Jagaban of Lagos said 50 million youths should be employed into the Nigerian military now. Now 50 million youths now should be employed into the military. When the military is in shambles, when the military is in decay now, those who are even in the military, how funded is the military now? He has a son, Sheikh Tinubu. Why can't he let him volunteer to work with the military? Now, Buhari's daughter is Zaria. She's working with NNPC, NCDC, or work with top governments, parastatals, and then agency. Why should it be the military? Military that is what? Underfunded. Military
whereby see there is no gun for this military personnel to tackle insurgency. He just wants to kill people's daughter because of their father is nobody, because their son is nobody. You want them to be what, employed into the military. If Adibin, the military is well funded, Mr. Mike Adekule, every person would be jostling to work with the military. Now, the advertised vacancy in January. The military said it was less than 10% of Nigeria that were applied. They applied because
Everybody is afraid.
everybody is afraid. Why would you join?
Nobody wants to die.
Nobody wants to die. Why would you join a military whereby after your death there is no pension, there is no health insurance, there is nothing for you. Once you are dead, you are dead. Even the serving military, how much are they being paid? Someone will just sit down and siphon the military budget. How should you, if you are employed into the military, what will become of you? It will become of mess. We've seen thousands, hundreds of thousands of the Nigerian military tendering their resignation. So now you cannot impose people to come and join the military. Why don't you create a enabling environment? Who investors? Must it be the military alone? Are there no government parastatals agencies in which government can what, absorb them? Why should it be the military? He has a son, he has daughters, he has families. Let him bring them, let him absorb them into the military and leave people's child and sons alone.
Now let's move down to another story. Many Nigerians have criticized the president for leaving the country for medical treatment in the UK. How do you see it? Don't the president have that right to move for a medical trip?
Mr. Magadekule, now at this crucial time now, when the resident doctor would embark on strike this coming Thursday, tomorrow, it's today not Tuesday, no, next tomorrow, dear God. Now, what will it take the president or the presidency to keep going to church? Devil. Our positions are the real. There is no devil in Nigeria, Mr. Makadekule. There is no devil in Nigeria. If it is the devil, President Doctor will embark on strike on Thursday. Now, in January on my own, because the doctors were saying there was no syringe, and then again these people work 24 hours shift. There is no shift. That I was supposed to administer injection for you was even not the one that was supposed to take over from him said was due with the shift. No, so now we have to wait until when the next person come and take over the shift. And the doctor that was supposed to take over to take this government to fuel our healthcare sector. How much is it? Now every person, the Minister of Health goes to Abuja to present budget. And money is what appropriated to him. What has that money been used for? This is a man. President said if he's been elected into office, he would not travel abroad. I was speaking to someone yesterday. I said, brother, it's been long. Our president has not even traveled out of the country, not knowing he was even embarking on the journey today.
Now that our debt profile has risen to 32.92 trillion, what do we do? And what do you expect to do?
Just like what Mr. Tigo said, it calls for celebration. It is something we should celebrate. I believe now a government that cannot think outside the box now. This is what they have flung Nigeria into. Presidents that cannot think outside the box. If you have people that they don't think what it takes to revive the economy, it costs fine. You and I will pay for it. Because even it's because our unborn children will pay for it. And then again, a country with this kind of debt profile, don't expect anything good from them. Don't expect anything growth like development, because nothing will work. If you have this amount of debt profile, one, our dollar will our currency will be devalued. IMF IMF will devalue our currency. So that again, it will still tell on us. Once your currency is being devalued, what else? What else do you want? Investors will not come in because a currency that is not valuable, investors will not come and trade with such currency. So that means, so that is we will continue to lament until when God give us the Messiah that will on that track.
All right, thank you.
Otherwise, nothing will happen.
All right, thank you so much, David. I'm moving down to the comment section. We have Fatima Ahmed saying beautiful morning to us. Sammy, Jacob, Aqua Peters, and another Jacob here. Chris Isolate. We really appreciate. All right, talking about the unity of Nigeria, it is it is not negotiable. To be sincere with you, but this time around that we have so many agitators. We still have underground agitators that we are not even seeing, on the front line. But we have the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, the people that just came on board. So they go on the front line. One morning for the breakup. The president has warned secessionists, separatists, to stop, drop their weapon, and see how we can move the country forward.
Thank you very much, Mike. First of all, look at it. What brought up secessionists? What brought up agitators, separatists, agitators? You should look at the factors that bring up this case. And the issue there is Nigerian unity is negotiable, right? Nigerian unity is negotiable because there is a lot of tribal bigotry even going on among the youths here, right? There's a lot of bigotry, tribal bigotry going among the youths of Nigeria. So an average Yoruba man would like to protect his own, tribe. An average Igbo man will like to protect his own tribe. So there's a serious bigotry even where we are here, right? And thank you for going to that. There's a guy called Reno Mokre, or what's this called? That guy should watch his tongue. He's behaving like a bastard, right? There's a way, if you hate somebody, you don't need to come on social media. And if you're a paymaster, looters that run Nigeria down, we know the looting is still continue, right? But I just want you, if you know what you say on social media, you keep your mouth shut. I'm tired of you. You look so disgusting. You talk so disgusting on social media. That's for that, right? And about the agitators. What brought up the agitators? The leader themselves. They created all these agitators, right? The Buhari themselves, the past leaders themselves, they created these agitators. I keep saying there's no better leader we've ever had in this country. It's only tribal bigots that say, oh, this guy is from our side. He has done well. None of them has ever done well. Look at what is bouncing up back on your head, you masses, you youths, Nigeria. You have to think. It's bouncing back on your head now. The petrol station, the petrol hike. Now, all of them refuses to turn around the refinery. They said they are doing ATM. Is it ATM? Turn around maintenance on all these refineries. We have 4 refineries. They are not buying for God's sake. Me, I'm emphasizing on this because I don't even look at the election that is coming. I don't look at who is contesting. I don't look at who is in power. I'm looking at my own personal economy, their own policy that is affecting me, right? At the fall now, due to their negligence, due to their stupidity, now they left the refinery in shambles. Now you have to now say you cannot pay subsidies. You cannot afford to be subsidized about 150 billion every day, as I've been told, as I heard. Now every day on subsidies. Now, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Is it my fault? Is it government? Why are you putting the burden on me now? I will be buying for 250. The multiplier effect, the transport will hike up. All these shops you're saying, the goods they sell will hike up, right? The school fees will hike up. So why won't you have miscreants? Why won't you have militants? Why won't you have agitators? Because when you create a tense society for masses, it's the survival of the fittest now. There will be high rates of crime in this country. I don't know whether this leader thinks. Why some people gather and the youths, I don't know whether some youths think. You keep talking, this one should not be there. Work on your own leaders. Work on your own candidates. We should be strategizing now. Don't follow. We have sense. We should use our They organized the election and they stood by the election and they came out en masse to protect their votes. Or you hear you guys there, I'm this guy that's in Nobu, stop talking about these guys. You are giving them more publicity. Talk about yourself, strategize, think. It's quite unfortunate that belongs to this kind of generation.
And how do we bring the youth together?
How will you bring? How did they bring themselves together during the HENSAS? How did they bring themselves together during the HENSAS? Mike, ask me again. I'm asking you. How did they bring themselves together during the HENSAS? Well, you could see the coordination was so perfect simultaneously. How did they bring themselves together?
The same idea.
Yeah. When they were looting the warehouses, how did they coordinate that? Yeah, how did they coordinate that? And people are blaming them. I don't blame anybody. If I happen to know any warehouse that they store food today, I will lead people there to loot the food. Because it's our hard earned, it's our commonwealth. You know, it's just a damn thing. I've seen a lot in this life. At my age, I know I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly I'm facing now in this country. So it's not more than there's some youths that have this tribal bigot in them, the hatred of you know. Don't even publicize this politician any longer. They are expired politicians. I've seen none of them that worth of leading me. I've seen none of them that is worthy of leading me. Right? Thank you. Yeah.
Really appreciate you for coming on board. All right, Raphael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome once again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, after some time, the channel is back. Fully back.
Yes, we thank God for that.
Well, we have Nigeria's debt profile rising to 32.92 trillion naira. But the question to you, Raphael, is who has plunged Nigeria into this mess?
It's the APC government now that made good points.
Wow.
I'm not supporting any one of them. They are the cause of this problem. I'm telling you, I support what my brother Chigoze said. He said that Buhari should be subjected to the appropriate department for checkup to check his brain. He is a madman. When somebody say yes today, tomorrow he said no.
Let's respect the president.
No, I shouldn't respect him. No, I'm saying it to the whole world. He's a madman. Then again, I want to disrespect the British government currently for sending those people that fire. The best thing in life is to know your rights. When you can express yourself, nobody can mess you. And if you look at me, I bet intellectually nobody can beat me. You have yours. Ben is mad for supporting what is happening in Nigeria. Why not plant drones and other tracking devices in the forest of Sambisa to track the insurgents? Fulani men are killing Nigerians. We don't plant drones all over the farmland in Nigeria landscape to track the headers and terrorists. You are tracking Igbo security men that are protecting their land. I tell you, Britain, what you are doing today, generations to come will never forget it. But I want to tell you this. I want to achieve this to you. I want to say it openly. See, Israel is behind Southeast Nigeria because we come from the same ancestral descent with them. Whatever you do there is going to bounce back to you. Boris Johnson, I learned you are from the Jewish extraction. You don't allow them to do that mess. Britain, there will be a time you will be tracking what you see in Igbo land will let you tears to flow down from your cheeks. Mike, let's continue this program, man.
Okay, still on the state of the nation, quickly to insecurity, just like you said a few minutes ago, the Eastern security region in the country have said certain things about security in the nation. Some of the groups there said the country is no longer safe, which you and I know. But the question is, how do we combat insurgency in Nigeria? How do we combat crime? And how do we make sure peace is restored to Nigeria? Of course, we have certain groups, clamoring for Nigeria's breakup. I don't think this should be the solution.
Thank you, Mike, for getting the former question, the first question he asked me on why Nigerian debt, external debt, is swelling up on daily basis. It does not mean that I don't know the question, the answer to your question, but I like you for doing what? Digressing to insecurity. Thank you so much. Then, how do we tackle insecurity in Nigeria? The first person to proffer solution to this question is the number one citizen, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who is hiding the truth. He knows quite well that the cause of the problem we have insecurity in Nigeria is Fulani. One, Boko Haram insurgents. Buhari has been fighting Boko Haram insurgents since 2015. He has not come out with solution. He has failed. The promise he made us, he gave us, everybody, Yoruba man, advancing to our border at the axis of Lake Chad to collect the whole Lake Chad. Buhari took it away from them during Chagari regime. We were happy that this man has come to set us free. We don't know that this man is having a hidden agenda. Hidden agendum. He has a hidden agendum in his mind to steal all our land by regularization, by the system, a platform called regularization. Dangerous policy. He sent the whole Fulani, invited them to Nigeria to collect our land. A man that will give us security. Is a man that has been spearheading banditry in Nigeria. A man that has been spearheading herdsmen attack in Nigeria. A man that has been spearheading Boko Haram attack in the northeast. Look at the chief of army staff, the former one. He's from Yobe. The whole money budgeted to fund purchase of arms, to import arms into Nigeria. Brutai sank that fund. He used it for his people. He went to Dubai, Britain, and all over Europe. He built many houses and hotels there. Yes, Naira Land, Sahara reporters. They are into investigative journalism. They found out since. He invited this man to chair EFCC. His kinsman, Baru. No, Magu stole money. He stole in dollars. I'm telling you. Let me tell you, Michael. How do you think we can fight insecurity? When Federal Republic of Nigeria, FGN, all the officials involved, from Northeast, from North Central, from Core North, they are behind insecurity in Nigeria. When the people in the house are profiling way to arrest the situation, these people will be causing confusion in the house. So that situation will not come to standstill. How do you think insecurity will stop? When the Yorubas work hard and harder to come from the nutshell of cowardice and show themselves to the whole world that, see, we Yorubas, we are bold. By forming Ameteku and the other security outfits headed by Sunday Igboho, Yoruba elites, because they are benefiting from Federal Republic of anoint somebody like Mazin Nandekano to profile solution to what is happening in southeastern Nigeria. What happened? Also, they went against IPOB. They made sure that Nigerian soldiers killed all of them in 2017. But to God be the glory, they did not die. What is happening currently? None of them is supporting ESN in the southeast over there because of what they are benefiting from the centrality. Most money that comes from the center, it goes with the indefatigable, the invincible ESN. You cannot assault those guys and go free. Now, it is not enough. Supported by the governor of the whole south. Let me tell you, what the soldier, army, and the navy are doing in the southeastern Nigeria is not enough. Oh. They have now gone out to buy machineries from Britain. That's why you see me in Britain. They are deadly poison. They are the one that put us, you and I, in this condition. They back Hausa oligarchy in the north. They use Fulani to suppress you and I because they find out that we have this thing, while those people are like Malu. You see, as they watch pink cows, they think like cows. That's why Britain like them, because they have low mentality. Mike, how do you think we're going to provide solution to insecurity in Nigeria when even our colonial master is against us? But I tell you, nothing can ever minimize the injustice or brutality perpetrated by Britain in 1967 against the Igbo man to make sure that they wipe us from the map of the earth. But you see, we increase on daily basis. Mike, I thought that it is enough.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And on this note, we say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. I remain Michael Adekunle. Behind the camera is Michael Ojo. Really appreciate you viewers for joining us. Like I said earlier on, you can watch past episodes of this program on our sister channel. That's Fliptv Plus. The spelling FLIP. That's Fliptv TV PLUS. FLIP TV PLUS. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate the CEO of Fliptv, Abiodun Kukoloyi, for making sure the program comes on air every day. Bye, everyone.